Hello, everyone. This is Mary Elizabeth Castle, and I'm with our good friend Payton McNabb, who has fought for women's sports for a long time now, and she was actually a part of our Women's Privacy Day of Action. Do you remember that? I think that was back in April in Texas, where we were standing up for the Women's Privacy Act. But Payton, can you just tell people your story, remind them what happened to you, and some of the great things you've done, like including being honored at the state of one of President Trump's speeches, and so many other things that you've done.
Yeah, so it's been such a crazy ride. It's been almost 3 years since I spoke out for the first time. I was permanently injured in high school during a volleyball game against a biological male who knocked me unconscious, left me with lifelong permanent injuries that, I don't know if I'll ever fully recover from, which is completely frustrating because all of that could have been avoided. But I spoke out for the first time at the North Carolina General Assembly last April, 3 years ago. So for me to be here at the Supreme Court is just such a full circle because we've come so far. All these women who have been fighting for years, way longer than I have, they've been, it felt like we had no one taking up for us and no one taking on the issue and seeing it for as serious as it is. So it's been such a crazy ride. I was a special guest at the State of the Union, or the Joint Address, earlier last year. Me and my team got to be a part of the president's executive order signing to keep men out of women's sports, and just so many amazing opportunities that I've been granted to be able to testify in front of numerous state legislatures. I testified in front of the Doge Committee last year as well. So it's been so insane for it to be at this point. Is just so crazy at the highest court in the land, where they're taking on an issue and seeing it for as important as it is. And I just couldn't be more honored to be here today.
Yeah, we really appreciate all of your work, and you're also an ambassador for Independent Women's Forum. So talk about how you're going around the country with that organization and standing up for women's sports.
They have been such champions for women since the beginning. They've taken me in, and they're just such an incredible organization. It's not just sports. They take on the women's prisons with Amy Kachawa, and they take on the women's sororities like Allie Kogan, and these are so important, and it just shows that this issue is far more greater. Of course, the sports is the most important to me, but it's in every single realm. This gender ideology has taken so many opportunities away from women. So I'm so incredibly thankful to be a part of Independent Women, who has really just elevated all kinds of women's stories from across the nation and brought us all together. And a lot of us are here today, which is so special. We would have never met if we all hadn't experienced some kind of gender ideology in some way. And it's unfortunate that it's happened to so many girls and women, but if that didn't happen, what happened to me had a way greater purpose. It's way bigger than me. It's not about me. The Lord had a plan for me, and we're seeing it work out today. I've come so far. He's helped me grow so much and learn so much about myself, and just being able to speak up and fight for these girls all across the nation has just been an incredible blessing and far greater than anything I've ever lost through it all.
Yeah, we're so thankful for everything that you've done to stand up for women's sports, and so thankful for your journey as well, that you're able to speak out and attend so many events and just be a great voice for so many women and girls. Well, this has been our good friend Payton McNabb, ambassador for IWF, also a female athlete, and this is how you stand up for faith, family, and freedom in the state of Texas and the United States.